you know, ARM Holdings wants a little bit of say in that conversation, too. And there are reports now that they have plans of their own to develop their own AI chips. Kristina Partsinevelos is with us now. Obviously, all eyes are on Nvidia, and they report on the 22nd of this month. But what about this ARM report? What's it mean?
I'll get to Nvidia in a second, but it seems everybody wants a piece of this AI pie. So the Nikkei is reporting that ARM is setting up an AI division and with plans to actually launch an AI chip prototype by 2025. The company has supposedly already begun talks with foundries like TSMC for capacity to support this new part, which could, and this is according to the report, lead to an eventual spin-off of their AI chip business, which would be a positive for SoftBank given its 90% stake in ARM. I reached out, ARM wouldn't comment, but this AI chip would mean two things. First, it would be a major pivot for ARM's business model, given that it focuses on royalty and licenses. And then secondly, it would put ARM in competition with its current customer base, like Nvidia, like Apple, et cetera. So that's why you have some analysts right now, Wells Fargo, I read a note, Wedbush, they're a little skeptical of this report thus far. And since you guys have brought up Nvidia so much and we're talking about AI chips, let's talk about what's happening on May 22nd. We know the share price is what, up 1% right now. It's hovering 5% higher in the last month, but that doesn't mean loyalty is gone. Jefferies estimates that AI as a percentage of total chip revenue will go from 5%, which was back in 2022, to 25% by 2027. So it's going to continue to drive growth, especially with all of these deep budgets and pockets from the hyperscalers that are promised to spend. And Nvidia remains the favorite, given its control over the entire ecosystem, you know, the software that's included, as well as the launch of its new Blackwell GPU chip for the second half of this year. So speaking of Nvidia, the early whisper numbers, we often look at this for Nvidia specifically, and this is according to Wells, is that it's going to be $26 billion for the April quarter, and that's total revenues, versus the street estimates at 24.5 right now. That means out of that 26 billion, at least 23 billion has to come specifically from data center revenues. And you were talking about valuations. Analysts keep revising their estimates, surprisingly, for Nvidia, just leading up to this report. And bulls would argue that the stock is trading at, what, 37 times forward PE ratio, and you compare it to AMD at 44 times. ARM, you wouldn't even compare because that's way higher, 70 times. But what's important for this company is how the stock reacts post-earnings. 16% higher in one day, like last quarter that we saw. There was, what, 24% the previous quarter. That's going to pull in more money into semis. Or is it going to go lower, and that's really going to drive momentum out and maybe into software?
Kristina, thank you. Kristina Partsinevelos, appreciate that. It's hard to find people getting negative ahead of the print on the 22nd. Adam Parker, who's gotten, I think, incrementally more cautious / negative on mega cap tech, won't go there when it comes to Nvidia. They're still bullish there. Jefferies says that pullback that we had, Joe, was the time to reload. They raised their target to 1,200. Too early to sift out the winners and losers in the AI basket yet, but Nvidia is our favorite. I mean, some people would quibble with maybe it's not too early. I mean, the street has obviously placed its bet that it's not too early to say that Nvidia is undoubtedly one of the winners. Doesn't have to be the undisputed winner, but it is no doubt thought of as, if there's, you know, a couple of winners, 2, 3, they're in that mix, no matter what.
Yes, and I agree completely on what Adam is saying about Nvidia. It's the anchor of the AI halo. And I doubt very much that even if Nvidia was to deliver an earnings report, which would be disappointing, and we'd see the price decline, I don't think very many people would move so quickly away from Nvidia. So, as I said, it seems to be the core anchor AI holding. What's interesting to me is what the effect is going to be of Nvidia's earnings on the rest of the AI halo. Because if I take three names.
How about like critical?
So if I take three names, if I take Broadcom, I take Cadence Design, which I talk about a lot, and I take AMD, each of those stocks had their peak in March. Those stocks have done nothing over the last 60 days. They need something to resurrect performance, and it's really, they're reliant on getting something positive from Nvidia to do that. So I really think the AI halo is where you want to focus on off this upcoming report.